All right, we're talking with Lisa Bousboras. And Lisa, I always have to check if I'm saying that right. Is that right?
You are saying it right.
Oh, good. All right, I'm finally getting the hang of this thing. And then Katherine Person, is that right?
Yes, it is.
And both of you work for Vets Inc., which is here in Worcester. And Veterans Inc., mostly, I think, in the beginning known as a shelter for homeless veterans. But now, since then, you guys have expanded so much into providing resources for those veterans, job resources, and also resources for their family. And this is a busy time of year for you because obviously Veterans Day is coming up on the 11th. And my first question is, are you guys still going to have the parade that you have over there on Grove Street?
We are still having the parade. We're having our pancake breakfast, our annual pancake breakfast that is open to the community at 8:30. It's free. It's a lot of fun. It's just a great casual day for folks to come in and, say thank you to veterans for their service and thank our community for supporting us through the years. We don't get a month, we only get a day, so it's kind of nice to be able to have that one day to celebrate veterans.
And free pancakes. That's pretty awesome.
Free pancakes.
Yeah.
Free pancakes, free eggs, bacon, sausage, home fries.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So bring the whole family down there. It's a great thing for kids, too, to learn about Veterans Day. And then you also got, you have a couple other things coming up here. You have the Run for Veterans 5K. Can people still get involved in that?
Yep, people can still sign up. It's going to be a great race. I think last I heard we were at about 199 participants.
Wow.
The first 200 get a free shirt, so if someone wants to race to get registered, they'll get a free shirt.
Nice.
But we do anticipate a good 250 or so runners probably for Sunday. The weather is supposed to be gorgeous. The race starts at 10:30 a.m. and it's on Shrewsbury Street, and we begin and end at our friends at Wormtown Brewery that graciously host us. And we have a fun time afterwards with the band, and it's a fun day.
Awesome. And then, of course, we talked about this last year around Veterans Day, the Holiday Harvest. This is a big event, right? What happens at the Holiday Harvest?
So at Holiday Harvest, this is one of our big events for veterans and their families, and we provide them with a turkey and all of the fixings for a Thanksgiving dinner. So you can come in and, you'll tell us how many people are in your family and how many people are going to be with you for Thanksgiving. So, we feed, probably 500 or so families, veteran families. And at Holiday Harvest, we also are giving out, some winter clothing. We have a clothing pantry that we have for the community that will be open. We will also have a ton of staff who are there that can answer questions about all of our programs. So if, we're looking to make sure that everyone has the option to provide their family with a Thanksgiving meal, especially our veterans. And if there's some other, anything kind of going on that they need help with, if they need help accessing benefits, if they need help, with their housing, costs are rising, and, it's hard for some families who are struggling, living paycheck to paycheck to make sure that they're covering all of their bills. So we're there to make sure that we're screening them for all of our programs that may be able to help them.
And that is true. I mean, today's the day that electric bills, heating bills will be going up. What I'm interested in also is the job assistance you have, too, in helping veterans find jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have many programs across New England and actually Montana and North Dakota as well. One of our big programs is our employment and training program. So under that umbrella, we have, multiple different grants across different regions, and we're working with veterans to make sure that as they come back and they're looking for work, we're translating their resume to make sure it has civilian terms on it. Sometimes it's difficult for a civilian to read a resume of a veteran when, sometimes there's codes in there, there's different terminology in the military than there is in the civilian sector. So we make sure that we're working with them to prep their resume, to make sure that they have, the interview skills that they need to be successful in that position. And we don't want them to go into something that they're more than qualified for, and then, kind of get looked over because they're not using the right words because, the military's trained them a little bit differently. Our veterans are very trainable, obviously. They've spent years in the military for the most part. And we have very specific programs that will help them get ready. And once they're in that position and successfully working, we can also follow up with them and make sure that any issues that might pop up, we can help them work through. We can also pay for things like, if you need steel-toed boots, if you need scrubs, if there's some sort of barrier that's preventing you from getting that employment, if you need a training certificate or, something paid for, we have a lot of money that can go toward making sure that we're reducing barriers for veterans to get into employment and be successful in that employment.
That's amazing. Last year, when we talked about the holiday harvest, the turkeys were the thing, I think, Lisa, we were talking about that you needed the most. What are some things that you need for the holiday harvest that are the biggest challenges this year?
Well, we are hearing a similar rumor that we heard last year that there's a turkey shortage.
I know, right? You hear all these shortages, and I don't know if it's true or not, but either way, do you still need turkeys this year?
Either way, the cost of turkeys has gone up significantly. I think, per pound, it's like kind of ridiculous. So we're definitely, I'm still fearing that there's going to be a turkey shortage just because of cost. So we need everything. At this point on, I got a little bit of an update yesterday. Our food pantry has some mixed canned goods, but that's pretty much about it. So we definitely need the stuffing, the boxes of stuffing, the cranberry sauce, fresh produce. If there's anyone out there listening that has a farm and is interested or willing to give up some of their crops that, it's at the end of their harvest or whatnot, we'll take that, any fresh produce. And obviously, we need the turkeys. Anyone can drop these items off at any time of day. They just have to pull right up front at 69 Grove Street. They can put their flashes on. We make it really easy. Someone can come out and help them if they have a lot to bring in. If they're just simply bringing in one turkey, we'll take whatever. We are very appreciative. We figure if just 500 people in our huge city decided to bring in one turkey, we'd be all set.
Now, what if people want to donate, make like a monetary donation? What are some ways they can do that? How are some ways they can do that?
Yeah, they can go right online to veteransinc.org, and it says ways to help. And it just says make donations, and they can absolutely just go in and do that as well. Or they can just call here, and I can help them over the phone, or they can just simply send a check or drop it off. Again, we make things very easy for folks that want to get involved or donate.
Yeah, and all the information on all the stuff we talked about is at veteransinc.org if people want to go there. Well,
yeah, it's all on our main homepage. They just got to scroll down. All of our November events are there, and they can click right on them.
Well, I appreciate you ladies. Thank you very much for taking the time to talk today, and we'll help get the word out. And I really appreciate what you do. I appreciate what our veterans have done and what our military does. And I hope people step up and help out the men and women who have watched out for us in the military in the past and support Veterans Inc. So thanks to both of you very much for your time and what you do.
Thank you, Mike.